It's finally time for some hot naked Ronin action, also known as battle damage Ronin. Now, since he's naked, comes with basically nothing, we have the accessory set. So let's check this baby out and see what's under the skin of this figure. What lies beneath? Let's lay this figure bare and see what it's all about. We have that brilliant Ben Bishop artwork. I believe he did the cover on this one too. This one's a little different. It's a little darker than the other ones, as you can see. And it has, of course, the stunning full mural. I made a bold prediction that it would be Uno, but it's not. It's naked Ronin. They're thrown off with the hand wraps. You can see the whole mural here, and that's just a beautiful mural, right? I mean, you gotta love it. It's so cool. That's all 12 pieces so far. I don't know if they'll continue it. There's room there for more if they do so choose. And then, interestingly, the accessory pack also has not a connecting spine art, but more spine art. So there you go. See him nice and naked. This is number 12. Let's get it open. This one, it's interesting. It boasts a double tray system. So what are we getting here? You're getting the nice book. I believe that's Splinters journal. You're getting a teapot, a teacup. You're getting 3 extra heads of varying expressions, right? Some people are getting 4 of these bad boys and making like all 4 brothers. They're going nuts over it. And then if we flip it over on the back, we get 2 arms. Looks like these are the bandaged arms because Mikey's cutting himself while doing the full body shave because he's naked Ronin, you know. And then he's got 2 open hands, 2 fisty, grippy hands perhaps, and then more kind of open karate hands, as well as actual full fists. Gotta get all these freaking ties. Now, he is the naked Ronin, but he does come with kind of a lot of accessories. They're just not very showy. Most of the hands, you kind of ignore the head, the arms, and so you really only feel like he's coming with the teapot in the book. But pretty freaking cool. Look at this guy. Now, you will notice there's some inconsistencies, right? And part of it is because technically Mikey's always aging, always growing. That's one of the things in the comic book. He's mutating around and he's just becoming a hulking monster. But it's also just kind of natural variations in the artwork. In the comic, he doesn't really grow from this to this. It's just different scenes depict him just slightly different ways. But he's more or less kind of the same size, so he's not getting too freaky. But obviously, this shell, it's not fitting in those clothes, right? So there's some things are fudged, but it's pretty cool. So what do we got? You got the standard. He's doing the full Townsend. It hits the lip of the shell. Cool diamond shell. Already you can tell there's some interesting stuff going on. There's more chest movement than you would normally get. He has the standard bicep cut. Double jointed arms. He's, for as beefy as he is, look how freaking, man, this is a veiny turtle. The legs are really good. This figure feels really good so far. You can even, there's a bit of a turtle body. It reminds me of like the Mawashi in Sumo, right? The way that's like tucked under. But he's doing the splits good. No thigh cut, which is nice. They're not breaking up that. Again, very veiny sculpt. Double jointed knees. Pretty good range out of those, honestly, and the sculpt is pretty beautiful. No, little, looks like that part on mine isn't like fully painted. It's a little scuffed. I don't know, that's not so bad. And then I think here's the rocker. And then I feel like the joint on mine, you can kind of see like the plastic. Is that the plastic clipping or the paint? So be careful with that, but mine's moving now. I do like actually the stiffness in it. I'll generally prefer stiffer joints than looser joints, because joints tend to get looser over time. I don't know what it is though. There's something. Okay, and he does have the pegs. Even there's some sculpt on the underside of the feet. So this figure, really good. And he's not necessarily as solid as a block as some of the early Ronin figures. The shell has some give to it. But, gosh, this is just a beautiful freaking figure. And then you can see there is some, it looks like he's connected in the back, but this front plastron is just like a big piece. And so, you know, you're not really getting ab crunch. but there's some, you're moving them around. So that's really pretty cool. Let's do a head pop. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, almost dropped it. Casey's going down. There's some nice expressions. So you get this expression where he's just kind of shouting in anger. What do you get? That's the first one. This one, he's kind of, well, is that the first? What's the first head? I don't know. No, this was the first head. I'm getting all mixed up. Then this guy. Was it? I don't know anymore. They're kind of similar. More a lot of beaky, and then this one very like toothy, demonic. This is like Mob Boss Turtle. So there's all that. The hands, you're gonna go pretty standard. So this is the fist, and you can do like the open. Like this is where he's like, "Oh boy, Mikey, you're hallucinating." Do so stuff like that. And then what about these arms? Oh, that's a big beefy peg. So you have the arms here all bandaged up, very much like Rise of the TMNT Raphael, right? But so that swaps on pretty good, and so just a little bit of variation. That's kind of cool. So this would be his bad arm, and we could put in like an actual fist. No, that's the fist he had. Hands. Too much hands. That's why when Super 7 is like paring down accessories, I don't necessarily mind. I can't keep track of all this stuff. That's pretty dope. Let's just swap out the other arm. Why not? I do like this though. Like NECA's, they've been really getting into arm swapping lately. Have you noticed that? Like a lot of the other figures, the Synjas obviously, they're swapping arms like crazy. But it's kind of cool that they're working it in to normal stuff. How is this? Like a karate chop, and then what if he's holding the book? Oh, how could I be remiss in skipping over this book? So I believe this is Splinter's journal, as they're writing stuff. And it'd be cool if like you could actually like read the characters and stuff, but it's like teaching him moves and whatnot. The teapot. Be careful with the teapot. Obviously, it's very small. The head. Or the lid doesn't pop off. And then like the teacup. So he's pouring tea. But you want to, how would he hold a book? He has very pliable fingers, which is quite nice. You enjoy that a lot. And so he's getting some reading in. So he's looking at the book and he's like, okay, this is how you karate chop. Maybe if I do a little thing like that. And so he's like, yes, we are learning. So that's pretty dope. But that's really all there is to the figure, right? So he's cool. Like, he's different enough than the other Ronin figures. Do you super need him? I don't know. Check how long the feet become. Like those, it's like Shaq-size feet. But he's really cool. Like, I highly recommend this. And just as NECA goes on, they just get better and better, right? So let's have him there. And now let's move on to what is just coming out. Is artwork usually this good for accessory packs? I don't freaking know. It's huge. And so we can see like a taste of everything to come. It does have no spine number. And there is artwork on it, where he is like all Ronin'd out, but it's not connecting. So let's open up this big thick box. So you're getting a ton. This was $49, $45, $40. I don't know, like 40. I think 45. I don't know. It's a decent chunk of money. So you're getting 2 Mouser dogs, an extra Ronin head, 2 Synja heads, Synja armor thing, busted up Fugitoid. You're getting a camera, which can hook up to your street scene die if you have. You're getting like a different Fugitoid arm, a big old sword. The sword is from this panel in the comics. Mikey goes into like Hiroto's compound at the end and he fights big sword guy. You're getting a brick. You're getting a smoke effect. You're getting the no peace journal. We went over that things. You're getting a baton, a grenade thing, a stick of dynamite, a fire hose, which not a lot of people went over, so it's all rubbery. You're getting a light pole, which is going to be good, a sewer lid, Hiroto as like Palpatine, and whatever the hell that is. That's a ton of accessories, folks. I mean, is the value there? I don't know. Value is a hard thing to describe. So let's check some of this stuff out. So this, I believe, I think there's these pieces I think are busted Fugitoid legs. So here's Fugitoid. Almost, I kind of wish we got him as a full figure instead. Probably will. I don't know. But is this bendy? I think that's bendy wire. Right? I'm nervous to do it. But yeah, I think that's bendy wire. It's just so, he's already so thin. But some articulation there. So he has like the shoulder joints. He could do like the full Townsend. They did like the soft rubbery shoulders. Articulation in the hands. You just want to be real careful. Pay attention to where you're moving stuff, because you never know if it's supposed to move or not. And then the feet. Obviously, like the head, he's got that Hey Arnold football head. He's got kind of some articulation there, but this is just way cool. And I think, yeah, so you can pop out a leg if you want to give him like the mangled leg. Like he's been really rough times, and that's... Does the leg pop out here? Look at that. They thought... Oh, that's in there. They thought of everything, so the leg does plop in there. So if you want to do like the leg fell apart, you know, so he's just like, ugh, like that. And so obviously the two Mouser dogs, which you've seen these before, I believe they came with shirtless Ronin. M12. Those are super cool. Put you guys over here. This is the smoke effect, and I believe the bombs go in there. The box does have, like, if you're really stumped, if you're really stumped, the box has like the words on it, right? So that'll tell you everything. So yeah, it is the smoke cloud from the smoke bombs, and that's just a very cool like effect. Like they're just laying down some smoke. That's very nice, kind of SH figure artsy. It's very like, it's like a thick solid plastic, so that's a big hunk of plastic. Like I said, this giant sword. We have a grippy hand for Ronin. So like check that out. Look at, we could do, why didn't Ronin steal his sword afterwards, actually? That's a good question. So if we take, oh Jesus, the street sign. Oh my God. We do this. You're doing freaking Final Fantasy Mikey over there. You know, while you were reading books, he was also reading books and studying the blade. So there's, can I get him balanced again? Okay, so there's that. What else we got here? You have these Synja parts. So if you want to make like the Synja, what do they call it? Synja officer. So if you want to make a Synja officer, you'll need at least one kind of Synja Bot. Let's pop all this off. No? Is that a peg? Oh, okay, thank God. I was like, oh, please don't like make me have to like rip this open. That is my growly tummy. So you do that on there. This is actually really cool. This is kind of what I wish He-Man Origins would do, where it's just like, give me extra armor sets, right? So with this, and then there's the extra head. So you kind of, it's like you get a whole new figure. Look at that. And then you have, so before I had a Synja, but now I have an entirely different look where he's like the officer. He's got the star. How sick. That is super cool. I love it. And then there's also like this head, which I believe you could take someone. Well, I was gonna try like Casey's bat. You could do like Casey, like he did the bat through the head thing. So you could do some stuff like that. Pretty cool. Or you could do just good old Donnie. Obviously, it's, you know, not his proper time. But, and that even looks like, I don't know, it's like a little blood. So you have like Donnie with like the Synja's head thing. What else we got going on? You do get, I think this is like a grenade-y thing. That's small. Might lose that later. This block thing, I believe this block is what goes into the NECA street scene, which the street scenes, they're kind of a pain in the ass to get now. Like they're not, as far as I know, they're not just like selling them. So if you don't have a street scene already, good look on the aftermarket. But I believe the camera just pegs in like so, and then you'd put that on the street scene. So to me, I gotta find somewhere to peg that in, otherwise it's useless. Now you get this it's kind of mysterious, but it's actually the Tonfa, the electric baton thing. And so that just slips over, and you can see it very cleverly molds. So now he's just shocking the daylights out of people. Sick. Super sick. And then we get... Does the sword still go on the shoulder? No, you give up the sword thing when you do that. You get, I believe this is just like a sewer lid, which is pretty dope. You know, you get a baton. So if you want the Synja going all baton, that's cool. It's a shock baton. A stick of dynamite, I believe. In one scene, Mikey's like throwing down the dynamite, blowing shit up. I don't know. Don't remember. This one, very interesting. You get an extra Ronin head. So again, adding more life if you have like your Ronin figures. So there's like Ronin there, but if you want to pop him off. Ooh, look. And then again, so you have like a whole new life to your shirtless Ronin or your regular Ronin, whatever Ronin you want to do. But that looks fantastic. You love that. And then, of course, we have the no piece. This is Splinter's journal, which Mikey's holding it. An interesting touch. So you can see here, the rope is on a different thing. But yeah, that's the same book, just over time. But that final page, so that's good. This is like Oroku Hiroto when he's talking to his minions. He's in like a spectral ghostly form because it's like a hologram. Or Emperor Palpatine. He somehow returned. But that is really cool. That's a cool little statue thing. The fire hose, I guess you could plug this in somewhere. Maybe at some point I feel like they were going to include a fire hydrant. So it's cool. I'm sure there's some panel in the comic I'm not thinking of where they do like a fire hose, but it's like a nice good rubber. And then this, I figured out what this is. That's the TCRI canister. You see that? You see that? Does it pop off? Maybe it, I don't know, maybe it doesn't, but that's super sick. I think that's towards the end. Like Casey saved it and they're gonna use it to mutate. So that's a pretty hefty accessory pack. And then kind of like the granddaddy of them all, interestingly, so the street corner, it can come out of there, which is cool. I guess you could plug this into other stuff. I don't know. And so you get nice It's like it's covered in stickers or street things. The street sign there. Nice weathering. So it's Sullivan Street and Bleecker. Pretty famous street. This looks rad. That is super cool. I mean, so far, I think everything is really, really cool. This one is like, what am I going to do with a random fire hose? What are we fire hosing? I don't know. Oh, look, you see? Look. That. So at some point, the Synjas are busting out the fire hose. So that's pretty cool. All in all, that's a pretty dang cool set to go with this guy. You know, so photographers, you're gonna go wild, add to your dioramas, spice it up. I highly recommend it. I need to get me some dioramas. I'm definitely gonna get the Ramen Toy Super Musk, but now, am I an idiot? I kind of want to track down a NECA street scene. Am I gonna pay this price though? I don't know. Where would I put it? Blah 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 blah. But super freaking cool. This is like a must-have. And look, there's only one thing going through my mind, and I gotta do it. You know it, I know it. This is what we've all been thinking. So don't accuse me. But it's like Mikey on the Pole. Anyways, let me know, how are you getting all this stuff? Are you going to use the accessories, or are you just like me, where it's neat to have stuff, and Mikey is just going to be standing under Bleecker and Sullivan, hanging out, waiting to walk or not? But yeah, leave me a comment, and let's talk about it. Thank you as always for watching. Take care of yourselves. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe. Da 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 da. See you later, folks.